Hi, I'm Billy, and I just wanted to share one chapter out of my book, Kiss It, Tell Your Story, with you. I've been noticing a lot on Facebook and other places, there's a lot of family issues going on. And so felt like I needed to share this with you. It's found in chapter 17 of Kiss and Tell Your Story. And I titled it, Dysfunctional Families Are Not Always Fatal. See, God molded a nation using a dysfunctional family. The story of Joseph is a fascinating story. You can read about his account in chapter 37 in the book of Genesis. But you'll find that the family of Jacob, which was Joseph's father, was very troubled. They were marked with jealousy, envy, hatred, and division. Yet in all this, God eventually used Joseph to bring them back together in unity. And through this rejoining, the nation of Israel later became a great nation. And since Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever, as in Hebrews 13:8, he can accomplish his purposes and bring unity even in your family. First, it's a matter of trust. Do you really trust him? Is he your Lord? Really? Then trust him. Don't look for shortcuts. If he can do this for them, he can turn your family around too. Secondly, you must be willing to submit to his will. See, forget your selfish desires and let him be your guide. And finally, you must learn to love others as you love yourself. Too many times I see our family problems resulting from an I disease. It's always what I want. Me, me, me. We get so concerned too when our loved ones are not doing what we think they ought to be doing. I know it can be frustrating. Others won't do what you would do, so give them a break. Let there be peace and rest for a change. And if you feel that you're wronged in the process, so what? Have you been perfect? Don't be too critical. I like what the Message says in Matthew 7, verse 1. It says, don't pick on people, jump on their failures, criticize their faults. Unless, of course, you want the same treatment. That critical spirit has a way of boomeranging. But the ultimate realities behind our troubles are found in Satan and his lies. You see, your enemy is not your family and your friends. It's Satan. And he'll use them, even other Christian brothers and sisters, to pit us against each other. And I know there are some people you just can't reach. And Paul tells us in the book of Romans, he says, if it is possible, as much as depends on you, live peaceably with all men. That's Romans 12:18. See, all you can do is try and leave it at that. Now, I know forgiveness is sometimes hard. Listen, we all fail. We all mess up. And I'm not saying forgiveness is easy in all situations, but we can certainly learn a lesson. If Jesus Christ is faithful and just to forgive us and pick us back up when we come to him and ask for help, shouldn't we also be willing to forgive others, especially family? We need to start accepting our responsibilities. We need to do our part to encourage and build up, and quit digging to find fault. See, finding good, especially in others, sometimes that takes effort. But fault finding, it isn't hard to do. If we're truly honest, all we need to do is look in the mirror. See, we end up with no peace due to our fault-finding missions and selfish desires. But if we can only get over the woe is me mentality, the why do I syndrome, and stop worrying about what everybody else is or isn't doing, we'll find peace. Besides, if you allow the actions of others to affect your attitude and your happiness and your peace of mind, you're giving control of your life to them. And don't give in to the world's answers when it comes to unforgiveness. Trials come, but two wrongs don't make a right. See, the Bible says, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. That's in Romans 8:21. So just keep looking to Jesus. He suffered, endured much more than you and I could even imagine. He endured criticism, rejection, disgruntled disciples, and a cruel and unjust death for you. He did this so that you and I might have victory, not only in this life, but in the life to come. He came that we might have life and that we might have it more abundantly. That's in John 10:10. So let him be your guide and your example. If he can forgive you, shouldn't you be willing to forgive others? Now, I know it's hard, even more so with those who continue to abuse your trust and are always taking advantage of you. But listen to what Paul said. Therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on tender mercies, kindness, humility, meekness, long-suffering, bearing with one another, and forgiving one another. If anyone has a complaint against another, even as Christ forgave you, so you must also do. But above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfection. That's in the modern King James Version in Colossians 3:12 through 14. But did you hear him? He said, even as Christ forgave you, so you must also do. So to function, we must learn to forgive. By the way, for those of you whom I've hurt in any way during my dysfunctional time of life, even as Christ has forgiven me, I'm asking you to please forgive me. I was wrong. I'm sorry. But dysfunctional families don't have to be fatal. If you'll let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which also you were called in one body, and be thankful. Colossians 3:15, in modern King James Version. Thank you. Think about it. And may God bless you.